And here to talk more about the markets and his stock picks is this week's Market Monitor. Last time he was on in March, his picks were Pure Funds, cybersecurity, up 20%. How about that? JD.com, which has gained 15%, and Calavo Growers, which is 6% higher. Chris Bertelsen, Chief Investment Officer at Global Financial Private Bank. Chris, I want you to just repeat that performance. Promise me you'll be able to do that when we get to your stock picks. Let's start, though, by the way. Welcome, first of all. Let's start, by the way, with what you'll be watching in the markets next week. I assume it will be Greece. The sooner we can stop talking about it, as far as I'm concerned, the better, but we must think about it.
Absolutely. Obviously, for the bears, if Russia came with a whole bunch of cash, it would be good for the bears, and the bulls will love it if they have a deal that they can push it further down the road. My view is that if the bears come, you want to buy Europe maybe about a week or two after the bad news is out.
What would you do domestically, Chris? Let's go through some of those stock picks that you have. ALPS Medical. You did so well with your previous picks. Why do you like this one?
Well, I think it's certainly in a hot area, the biotech area. The biggest problem with biotechs when an individual investor goes out is how do they know which is the right one? I mean, do you go by Seattle Genetics or Bluebird Bio or whatever, then they come to phase 3 and they fail, and the next moment you know, whoops, you lose all your money. This spreads it out evenly, and that's the advantage of a ETF in such a hit or miss type of a situation. But it's a hot area, and I think that they have lots of emerging names, and it's a great way to play it. You don't get burned if one fails, and you get good upside if this whole area moves forward.
Your second pick is Perkin-Elmer, an old line company. I think of it as kind of biotech for chickens.
Excellent. Yes, there's no question. They're a tool maker. What they're trying to do is improve the efficiency of biotech companies. So they're not, although they're tied to the entire industry, they don't have the volatility and variability that goes with it. And certainly their human health area is on fire because everybody wants to, in essence, start biotech and derive from it from their tools processes that work.
Let's go on to your last pick, which is Aztec Industries, and you say it's going to benefit from the rebuilding of the infrastructure. What exactly do they do, and why do you like them?
Absolutely. I like them because this is a political bet. When you see both sides of the aisle talk positively about something, you really have to perk your ears up. They all want to have infrastructure rebuilds in the U.S. Even the Long Island Expressway will get its potholes filled if they indeed vote for what this company does, which is aggregates, cements, and it's really big for ports and rail yards and particularly for roads. So I think you're going to see that, particularly with an election year coming up next year, that there'll be a big push towards using what this company produces.
As we get into July, earnings begin. What are you looking for there quickly, Chris?
I think that we're going to see for the first time some stumbles. I don't know whether everything is going to be like Oracle or maybe even like Red Hat, the good and the bad, but I think that you're going to see the potential for a correction where the bubble boys and the weak hands gets flushed out, and again, it'll be an opportunity to buy.
All right, the bubble boys and the weak hands. Have a happy Father's Day, Chris. Chris Bertelsen, Global Financial Private Capital.
Thank you, Tyler.